Hi guys, welcome to Simproved, Fry speaking here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build, and this time it's a special speed build because we are traveling back in time and we will look at how my room as a teenager looked like. This was really cool for me to do since I really was thinking at how was everything looking, and basically I forgot a lot of things, so that was really creepy somehow. But I kinda, through building this, remembered something. So yeah, that was really cool, and I wanted to show you how my teenage room looked like because somebody suggested that in the last Improve Me video, and yeah, I thought maybe you would like to know because yeah, now we can get to know each other better, I guess. And yeah, let me tell you a little story. So this room was basically in Spain already because when I was a teenager we moved to Spain, and this was not the house that my parents live in now, but back then it was like a small little house. So I had my own room, my parents had their bedroom, living room and kitchen, and two bathrooms. And basically the only luxury I had as a teenager, which was really cool, except of course I didn't have to share with the siblings since I didn't have any siblings back then, or I didn't live with my siblings. I have a half brother and a stepsister, and they don't live in our household. So the really good luxury I had as a teenage girl was that I had my own bathroom. So here you will see 3 rooms kind of, which is the one bathroom I only had the only chance to go in. There was only the door connected to my room, not to the hallway or something else. And I had a walk-in closet, which in the Sims game you have to do in a separate room. So yeah, in Spain it's actually really usual, as far as I know, in the south of Spain, that you have these integrated closets in the wall. And that's something that you don't necessarily have in Germany. It's not something very common, but in Spain I've seen it in lots and lots of other apartments and houses I've visited. So yeah, that was really common, and my bathroom was really small. I guess it was like 1.5 meter by 1.5 meters. So there was kind of only fitting in a shower, a sink and a toilet, and then there was everything I had. So I had a double bed. Most of the furniture was from my parents that they didn't use anymore, but I thought it looked really cool, and since I had lots of baby stuff, I kinda begged them to give them to me. So I had a black metal bed, which we don't have in The Sims 4, so I used the one from City Living since I had like a super hard fable for red back then. I have no idea why the color red was my favorite one. It never even was my favorite color. Blue still is and was always my favorite color, but I kind of had lots and lots of red stuff. I don't know why. Maybe I think it was really cool, but I had lots and lots of red bedding, for example, for my bed. I had a red bookshelf, which was actually brown, and then I colored it with, another furniture color. And I had red IKEA bookshelves and, everything red somehow, which is really weird. So I had this black metal bed with a metal frame. It was a double bed since it was from my parents. And I had a black little commode. I don't even know how to call it. Like a closet with only shelves in it, little shelves on it, and the walk-in closet. So that were the 2 things where I had my clothes in, and bookshelf and a little table, and on the table there was a small little TV, which was in red as well. I have no idea why it was in red everything, but basically I really can't tell, but I certainly had a fable for red and lots of in-your-face colors. It wasn't even nice red. It was like the purest red there is, like the signal red, and I thought it was really cool. So for the metal framing of the bed, I kind of chose these wall decorations. I'm not really sure from which pack. I don't want to tell you the pack since I did it, or I said that a couple of times wrong, and I don't want you to buy a pack because I said it wrong and then it isn't in this pack. So be aware. I think it's from Get to Work, but I'm not sure. So these wall decorations, I kind of pushed the bed to the wall so I don't have the back thing of this bed that there is from the Sims City Living. And then I used the wall decorations in front and in the back of the bed. So it looks a little bit like the black metal framing I had. And there were some photos over the bed. Like I had some, typical teenager photos, like from parties or from my friends at school, and I don't know, like from my pets and something that I thought would look cool or somehow. And yeah, I had these really, really huge windows, which was something not very common for this house, since it was like a really small house. And in the south of Spain, it's really common to have these metal bars in front of your windows. I know it sounds really weird. They're actually really pretty because they have like little patterns and ornaments on them. And it's very common that you have these dark metal bars in front of your window. And I didn't have that since my room was over the garage and nobody could ever get there, which was really cool. So I had really huge windows, and the other one was on the side of the house. And since there was like a hill which went up there were these metal bars. And I was really, really happy that I found I guess it's from the Get Together pack, this arched window, the little arched window, because that's basically how it really looks like. And from lying or sitting in the bed, I could look outside the small window and look down the hill who was like coming up to our house. And yeah, it was really, really cool to like wave to my friends when they left or something. And like all around the bed, I had lots and lots of stuff, and it was really, really cool. So I had like these Agatha Ruiz de la Prada, I guess she's called. She's I guess Spanish designer, but I'm not really sure. She was really famous back then. I don't know even if she's like still doing stuff. I have no idea. I'm like not so into her fashion because it's really, really colorful and super playful, but it's really nice to look at, I guess. So she had always these flower patterns, and I had these wall decorations. I cut them out somewhere and had put them next to my bed. And yeah, and behind the bed were the photos and some lanterns that I placed there around this metal framing, so I can read in my bed. And I had some plushies. I had a Pikachu plushie, and I had 2 plushies from IKEA, which were basically pillows. One shaped like a star with arms, and it was blue, and the other one was a pillow in the shape of a heart. It was red and also had these arms with hands on it. Yeah, we are talking 2000s here somewhere. 2004, 2000 till 2004, I would say. That's the time area we are like looking at. So yeah, it looked really weird, and I had like a red, I don't know, Fable back then. And yeah, basically the most time I spent in my room was on the bed, and of course next to the TV, sitting at the table where I did like my homework and all that stuff, listening to music. That's why there are always lots and lots of CDs, because CDs were like the stuff you had back then. And nothing so much digital. I didn't have a computer in my room since we had an office room and we shared the computer. Our family shared the computer. And yeah, there I had over the shelves that were over the office table, I would say, I had my stereo, and I had a remote control for that. So constantly I was like climbing on my table because I'm really small, and I was climbing on my table, I can remember that. And I had to basically like insert the new CDs every once in a while. So the table was quite robust, I can imagine. And there were lots and lots of IKEA stuff back then. So yeah, I wasn't like the very tidiest teenager, of course. I had to clutter it like heavily here, since I actually never tidied my room. You can ask my mom. She went crazy over that. And yeah, basically there were like lots and lots of clothes, like yeah, lying around, books, and you know, like knickknacks that teenagers have. I don't know, like lots and lots of stuff. And I had a little aquarium with some fishes that were like on the other side of the window. And I had like little guppies and, you know, all the typical aquarium fishies you have as a teenager, like really low maintenance fishies. And they all ate each other. At the end, I only had one. And he was like the winner, and you couldn't even like put another fish in there because basically they always fought. And then I only had like one fish left in the end. It was like a really big one, and everybody told me that they are actually very peaceful fishes and that they shouldn't do that. So I till now have no idea. Maybe there was something wrong with them, or my aquarium was cursed or something. But yeah, I had an aquarium, and yeah, this is basically how my room looks like. Lots of red, lots of colors and patterns, and I was really happy when the movie Hangout stuff came out, because basically when I saw these draped patterned curtains, I was like thinking, oh my god, I exactly had these curtains with exactly this pattern on it. It was so much fun, and I guess that's why I really love the movie Hangout stuff pack, because there were like these patterns with the flowers on it, and yeah, it was really cool. So it was nice to recreate this room, of course, and I hope that you like it, guys. I have placed it, of course, up in the gallery, and you will find the download link in the video description down below. Please write me what kind of room in like my life you would see next. I mean, I have a couple of children's rooms because we moved a lot when I was a kid, and there were a couple of rooms I could recreate, but I think I have to talk to my mom, and maybe she remembers stuff that I can't remember. And oh, I want to tell you that of course I had like one Sims poster somewhere. I can remember that. I had a Sims poster when I was a teenager, and I can remember that some of my friends who visited me, they were like, oh, Sims, it's so dumb. I can remember that they always made fun of that. But yeah, I had a Sims poster back then, so Sims love was like a thing back then still. And yeah, my own little bathroom. So if you want to download this, you will only get the whole room, but only to show you how the bathroom looked like. I did that here for the video, of course, just so you know how basically I lived back then. And yeah, lots of clutter, lots of red and bold patterns, and lots of stuff going on. This is what my teenage bedroom looked like. And yeah, I hope that you like it, guys. Write me in the comments what kind of build you would like to see next, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!